this game. And out to a 10-2 lead early.
We'll see Central Michigan change up their defenses a lot. And as we talked to McDermott before the game, that was a little bit of a concern of his, especially coming.
He's in his 14th year here at Creighton and 30th overall as a head coach as Alexander.
You've got a guard that can come off and hit pull-ups right there. That's going to challenge the Creighton defense.
Step back three for Alexander. And boy, this Creighton team who can shoot the Bello. Driving. Kicks it out to Alexander. 7 to shoot on the shot clock, and Alexander's three is in and out. And here's McMillan.
Those moments are super important for him to step up, and that's the sign of toughness and focus.
Alexander in the corner. Trey Alexander.
He's shown a lot of his ability off the bounce to hit that three this season.
Alexander for three again. This one too strong. Jays with 17 three-point attempts. King pops out to the top of the key. He's 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Another three. This one goes in for Alexander. His third triple of this game.
Every catch that a Creighton player is able to get on the perimeter, their eyes go straight to the rim. And when their eyes are going to the rim, they're seeing two things. They're seeing their shot and their bench. King and some other players, some young freshmen. McDermott's not shied away from signing freshmen in this transfer portal era, that he wants to be able to get some minutes on the floor. There's a high probability they're going to finish, and this game is no exception. They're 15 of 17 from twos. I think that makes it 15 of 18. Is on point every time, and I love that Trey Alexander had the confidence to know where his shooter was going to be at.
And he stepped out of bounds now. Alexander looking up ahead. Now push himself. Little crossover and a reverse lay-in. Oh, acrobatic for Trey Alexander.
That layup should. But yeah, I mean, you just see this crowd. They love watching this Creighton basketball team play and the style of play. But you can almost just start to take a team for granted. And
came in that holiday tournament in Kansas City to a very good Colorado State team, coming off a nice bounce-back win against Oklahoma State. Second chance, swatted away by Nebraska. 0 for 3 from the field to start. They have beaten all 7 opponents by at least 10 points to start the season.
You got to set the tone on what's important.
Alexander left it short.
Good job by Nebraska. Ball screen defense taking away the...
Alexander right into the chest of Rick Mass. They needed it after going 0 for the last 7. Trout with the putback. That.
Now, Nebraska, Creighton's going to dare Juwan Gary to knock down some shots.
Gary recovering, knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Creighton basketball against Kalkbrenner.
Great defense.
Well defended and picked off by Alexander. Steps it through, high off the window and in. And Lawrence is down.
Now.
Alexander. Here comes Lawrence. Now. Alexander, all kinds of footwork, took him to the prom underneath and pays it off with 2.
Couple of jump stops.
No.
Mass has got to go up a little stronger. He had Shireman on it.
The paint. That's part of what this team does defensively.
Yes, they sell out to protecting the lane and the rim, but Creighton's just done a nice job passing and finding threes.
There's some pressure now from the Huskers. Gotta start stringing together stops if you're Fred Hoiberg's club. Whoa! Hammer time! Trey Alexander.
There's still plenty of game left here.
Lots of time. 13 minutes to play in the ball game. Alexander didn't draw rim, and Rink Mast will box out Frederick. Top 20 KenPom defense as well.
Well, and last year they were a top 20 defense as well, and it all starts with Kalkbrenner, the two-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year.
Alexander buries it from downtown, a low-go three-point range, and you can't trade twos for threes, and that is exactly what Nebraska has done. That's why they trail by 24. Trout wins it back. It has been all year. 5 to shoot for Shireman. Alexander, floater to beat the buzzer. 13 points for Trey. So Nebraska will fall to 7-1. Creighton will improve to 7-1. And the Blue Jays will get revenge. In a rival.
Already whistled for their first, but Daly can't cash it in. Here's Alexander, guarded by Small. Elite mid-range shooter is Trey Alexander, but he's off the mark. Remember, he's
got one hiccup so far and struggled the other night against Eastern Illinois, but I think it's going to be a battle to the end tomorrow night. Hunter Dickinson has fit in seamlessly for Bill Self. At the court, if they have the three, they'll take it on opportunity. If not, they're going inside.
Ashworth hits the deck, no whistle. And we're going to get a foul on that one. A Kalkbrenner. And he's blocked by Garrison. Creighton maintains possession. Alexander silences the crowd with a three.
Kalkbrenner,
if not better, a chance this year. And they're showing it tonight. 1 minute to go in the half, 5 on the shot clock. Alexander, there's the mid-range.
well, it's so hard.
Alexander surveying in the mid-range and comes up short.
No matter how good you are, what type of lead.
Alexander fading away for 2.
And he gets into his rhythm. He just plays off the young Hollenberg. But 3 straight for the Bulldogs, but I think Alabama's playing very well right now, so that should be a good game.
And so is Trey Alexander. He has 40.
They never foul when they don't have to.
You've been as impressed with their defense as you have with their offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they have a specific game plan and they stick to it. And the way they play ball screens, they
to a 7-footer. Alexander for 3, short.
they're going to lose the game. So keep playing solid defense, but be extra patient on offense.
Alexander right out of the timeout. That mid-range game showing up again. 16 for
on that little floater because Kalkbrenner is just in the middle with his hands up.
Alexander getting to his spot whenever he wants. He has 18 to lead the Blue Jays.
To round into form.
Yeah, he played very well yesterday.
15 points, 6 of 7 shooting, including a couple of threes. Negated there by Crawford on the drive from Alexander.
Really good.
And the freshman from Vienna, Austria, making an impact coming in with that sweet assist. And now Alexander not stopped and an easy 2.
Yeah, they didn't guard that well coming
11 minutes, but certainly a step up in class here in this top 10 Creighton team. Alexander, tough turnaround, in and out.
I don't want to say he's David Roddy because he's
history. Trout bidding for a second 3, can't stick it. Kalkbrenner, board. Alexander offline and foul underneath. 29% for the Blue Jays. And Alexander bobbled, got it back. He'll let it fly.
I'll tell you, the Colorado State pressure is bothering them in the half court. I'll tell you, the pressure is bothering them. They have not been able to really get into their stuff that well.
Underneath Alexander, King cleaning up. Out beyond the three-point arc. 7 left to shoot. Alexander trying to break down Scott. Jumper. Rebound strong.
When you make Creighton go down to the end of the shot.
Overall field goal percentage.
Think about that. Yeah, now that he's shooting threes, he's going to drop out of that top 5, baby.
Alexander, he'll keep shooting the threes. Can't hit.
Buy one.
3 of 4 looking over to the quarter.
I mean, this is really good defense, I got to tell you.
Alexander deep in the shot clock again.
Tough
a
shot.
tough contested
Tough
attempt.
shot. Give Lake, they're just bottled Shireman up.
Farabello looking for daylight. Alexander has a crease in the baseline, can't hit it.
And you know what happens? Because Colorado...
Emba doesn't realize Alexander's behind him, but Scott erases it.
Especially him.
And Kyan Evans back into the game, defending now. Alexander
got a piece of it.
A tough contested shot. Just one of, and man, the Ram run continues. 11 of the last 12 for the Colorado State gang.
Not even close.
Alexander still can't find the range. Missed all. Get a technical foul.
That could have been an offensive foul there.
Alexander wheeling in, stays out. King and working off that Shireman screen. Farabello now kick back for Ashworth.
Pretty good defense.
Alexander, another tough contested shot. Shireman, second chance, and hits.
Place for that guy at the next level somewhere. I know he's small. We'll see. But as a college player,
Again, with all he can do, he'll make some money somewhere.
Oh, no question.
Again, it's a 12-2 run here for the Ramblers. You go up 4 on Creighton. Alexander flashing in. There's Rubin with another rejection.
Wow. Played great against Iowa. That was a high level game when Creighton beat Iowa by 8 in Omaha.
Yeah, pull up for Alexander, and it rattles out, and it bounces to Adelakun.
Guys all the time, Jason, the more screens you set, the more shots you get, because the screener's the forgotten man. You think about it, Shireman has 2 baskets in this game, 2 threes, where he
still does not have a point yet, averages 21 per game. Determined, gets the roll.
He was determined. That's the best way to put it.
Ashworth looking for help, goes back to Alexander, under 10 of the time, recreates behind the back, rejected by Rubin.
And the fact that he...
One and done in the initial take of this second half for Loyola Chicago. Alexander in traffic, contested well by Watson. Rubin able to pull with 11. Norris' shot attempt goes off the side rim. Alexander, Delacune getting a piece.
Boy, he's finding it really tough today, there's no doubt.
Farabello, tracked by Dawson, 3 on the way. Alexander is going to make it harder. Hand in the face, buries it.
Yeah, it's a tough.
Will be a problem for opposing coaching staffs trying to come up with a defensive game plan to stop this. Alexander had it pop out.
Pressure on the other team when a big guy like that catches it down in the box.
Alexander, tough make.
Tough. But that's what...
He's a little leaner. He had to lean up the lettuce on top, too.
Trey Alexander, that's from downtown, rims out.
Boy,
neither team shooting in particular.
From Baylor Shireman to get Kalkbrenner the layup.
Kalkbrenner, the leading scorer a season ago. Alexander knocks it down from the top of the key. And now the second triple. Alexander off the heel, and the rebound Weisinger.
I can't even say that looks like his dad, because that didn't look like Shaq at all.
Oh my! Trey Alexander, poster. Missed by Weisinger. TSU shooting 25%. Alexander left open. Trout, the offensive board. Somehow.
For a sideline out of bounds situation.
And Alexander, contested 3+1. What can he do? Shireman, second chance. Alexander at 3. Yes, sir. Trey Alexander with Alexander. Doesn't matter if he's got a hand in his face or two. He's putting it. The last 2 shots for Texas Southern. Less than a minute to play in the first half. Rare miss from Alexander. Frederick King, the offensive rebound team. And over the years, we've seen it now the last 2 seasons. There's just something about what Greg McDermott's been able to do here, bringing the right guys in.
Yeah, I think he's talked about how he uses it to fill Gonzaga, to Maurice Watson, to Marcus Foster, Cole Huff, on and on. Just found really, really good guys in the transfer portal that have come in and played huge roles.
To the second half, and he's now got 7 points.
Yeah, he was suspended the first 2 games of the year, played against Virginia, and now is this his 2nd game of the year. Look at that step.
Nasty, dragging the back foot.
Almost as bait from a totally different standpoint. Last year it was proving everybody wrong. This year it's proven everybody right. Those are 2 very different things.
Much about Kalkbrenner, right?
Yeah.
Coming back for a 5th season. He's been here since he was a freshman.
Yeah, and they got to see when Kalkbrenner was young and could barely play 8 minutes in a game before he went. And then Trey Alexander making an easy read.
But Ashworth going behind the back. Shuffle pass. Alexander. That's a 3.
Defending that slip screen on defense and then scoring inside and out. There's Trey Alexander against Sanford. And Sanford off the missile started up for Iowa. Fran McCaffrey wanted a whistle there, didn't get it. A head cut to Alexander. Baseline drive and the spin for Trey Alexander. That's where he's dangerous. He can hit those little tens and sideline out of bounds because that's something that Iowa's always going to do. They're going to change defenses. Alexander 3 off the inbound. Sanford, good box out, tips it over to his teammate Patrick McCaffrey. You just see Sanford does not need a lot of time to get it up. Alexander inside, got Perkins in the air. He wanted the and 1. He'll settle for 2 in a 1-point game. Trying to live with those 15-foot jump shots from Ben Crickey. Double comes as Bowen digs down. Alexander, the open man. And the long rebound, Shireman missing that one, and Perkins there to scoop this one off, and the rebound to Ashworth. Ashworth on the bounce ahead to Alexander to the rim, and it's pinned by Owen Freeman, the freshman. Shireman will pull the trigger for a corner. Best in the country at taking care of the ball. Josh Dix a little strong from the foul line. Alexander looking to push, a little Euro step to the rim, and that's what Trey Alexander can do in the open floor. There's Ashworth. He gets past Bowen for the moment. Back out to Kalkbrenner. And Alexander, the open man. A little strong on the 3. And McCaffrey able to tiptoe his way with a 3 is short. Alexander. Step through. Rejected. Perkins and McCaffrey both there. Shireman the handoff to Alexander. On the way to the rim. He just bullied his way to the bucket. The thing I like about Trey Alexander, when he's driving as a big, you know you got skills. And he's shown you here this evening. Step back for Alexander. Tipped by King, but Bowen there to scoop it up. 2 3-point opportunities. And Ashworth could have caught the ball cleanly. Alexander, open look. 3 falls. And the Blue Jays with their largest lead of the night. It's impressive. Kalkbrenner, back cut. Alexander for 2. Perfect execution. Set back door. Going to clear it. Frederick King has played some outstanding minutes tonight. Alexander, the step through. Everything but the bucket. As Dix will track it down. McCaffrey couldn't get it to drop. Alexander to push and to in for the hammer. Shireman. Back out to Alexander. To work. Breaking down Dembele. And the 2. Oh, Dembele. Ashworth. Back out to Alexander. To the rim. Easy 2. That's excellent offense in the half court.
Interesting.
Alexander going to work, turn to the corner, reverse, no, Sanford the rebound, 1:39 to go. 7-point game. Here's under a minute to go. Under 10 to shoot. Alexander on the drive, blocked by Perkins and out of bounds with 5 on the shot clock.
Man has to go chase after it.
I think Skunberg saved a layup there as Kalkbrenner was open.
Alexander just weaving through in a beautiful pull-up.
Alexander's best shot.
On that jump shot as they go inside to Alexander. And he wants this one-on-one post-up against Lance Waddles, a brand new starter. Kisses it off glass to perfection.
Just a mid-range killer.
Hinder, and he gets it. Big rejection by Alexander with that timing and length on display, and then he'll pull up from 3 and keeping it here with the Blue Jays. Guards too to get in on the action.
It's got to be a gang rebounding sort of afternoon for North Dakota State.
Alexander's been liking that position in the post, but that just rims out.
Alexander does a good job of keeping his dribble. The opportunities you get to attack the rim without Kalkbrenner on the floor, you need to take advantage of it.
Alexander, another mid-range, he knocks it down. Game developing his shot as a sophomore.
Well, a big part of Creighton's offense are lobs to Kalkbrenner and threes, and so far both those things have been neutralized. And a lot of it is Creighton's just kind of missing.
Ashworth taking a bump from Skunberg. And still cold from three-point range.
It's on the short bunnies because of the length of Kalkbrenner.
2 for 8 in this game. Also solid defensively, but throwing it down Alexander with emphasis.
Man-to-man team, but you wonder with how well Creighton's played offensively if you try some zone just to give Creighton a different look.
Beautiful move by Trey Alexander, scoring from everywhere and making it look brand new. Expanded role, has been in the program for a year, and they have expectations for his growth too.
What he does first really well is shoot the 3. And Trey on the floor, then you got to get in a stance, battle for position.
Alexander goes all the way, count it. Still all Blue Jays shooting 65% for the game. Alexander off the dribble, beautiful lane.
Did a good job using.
Chased down by Firabella. Alexander wide open, can't knock it down.
The handoff to Miller. It'll be interesting to see how Creighton Nick handles that 4 spot. No Arthur Kaluma anymore, as Alexander will pump up the 3, won't go. The rebound tipped out to the Raptors. Well, there's no question. Alexander, a little bit of a blow by, got to the rim, past Hans Louis Jr. But you see, Alexander going to work against Lamar. It's going to be a big year for Trey Alexander. I think the ball's going to... That's something that the scouts do want to see. And he's a good free throw shooter. He's got natural touch. And Alexander's got a little touch at the rim. Pushed out with the double. Now the rotation around. Extra pass. Ashworth, the open man. Alexander will try the 3 with 2 to shoot, and he hits it from deep. 13. And running the point again. Farabello at the 2, and Jonathan Lawson, the Memphis transfer, in at the wing. There's Alexander, the jump stop, and the finish. He's got 15. It's his best shot. He is a mid-Florida A&M. So a massive advantage from the three-point line for Creighton. Alexander trying to get it back. And he does. Trey Alexander with the tray. Alexander from the logo with the fadeaway, and Alexander with 20. On the doorstep of 2,000 points. They would also like to get Kalkbrenner involved a little bit more. He didn't have a lot of offense in the Marquette loss. Alexander missed one but got the rebound. Here's Miller for 3. No goodness.
but he's a DC kid. Alexander off the screen, curls toward the hoop. Nice jump stop.
A little too easy, though. That's one thing about that. He was able to take it to the basket on a straight.
The handoff. Ashworth up top, little hesitation. Ashworth was running a lot of the point earlier this year. Alexander for three, it's good.
And that's what he has not done this year as opposed to last year. Last year,
Ironman with the rebound.
Ed Cooley likes Fielder. He told us before the game he thinks Fielder's going to be a very good player.
9 points against Marquette. Alexander just tied this baby up at 15.
That's a little bit too easy there. You got to pick up in transit games, but their opponents average 7 steals. So if they're 11 turnovers a game, 7 of them are steals.
That is amazing.
That is an amazing stat because those are live ball turnovers that end up layup. And now you see
Brenner between the rings. Here's Alexander from one side to the other. Pull-up jumper in and out. And Massoud with the rebound.
They just got
shocker that Creighton has 4. In fact, it's probably a shocker that they only have 4. Alexander.
Good defense
knocked away by Fielder, and Bristol dropped it out of bounds. And ball up top, looks in, nothing's there. Stolen away by Alexander. Alexander trying to go to length of the floor, gets contact off the glass. It's good. It's the largest lead of the night for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I mean, those are the kind of mistakes.
Early in the second half, Ashworth, nice move behind his back with his dribble. Alexander, a little step back jumper, and it's no good. That ball did everything but go through the ceiling. That three is no good. It was a good look for Massoud. Alexander heading to the basket, and he lays it in, goes right to the cup, and a timeout called by Ed Cooley. He was already back at midcourt when he left his hands. Alexander speeds to the rim, lays it in. He got a great angle at the ends. And this is all of a sudden good.
They just can't buy one right now. I mean, Jay Heath, 9 points in the first 9 minutes, and he hasn't scored since.
And Alexander had an open three. Bristol with the rebound. Shot clock is at 7. Alexander with the shot clock at 5.
Well, he's the one guy that can go off the dribble.
And he does go off the dribble, banks it home. Well, things are certainly rolling the way of the Blue Jays. To find a rhythm tonight.
And, you know, if you asked me before the game, I'd say Styles would have to have a huge game.
Meanwhile, Alexander's starting to have a huge game, and Ed Cooley calls the timeout. His strong hand, no good. King with the offensive board.
Yeah, that's one that Mutombo has to get.
Alexander, oh, beautiful finger roll. 68-54. It's a 10-0 run for Georgetown. They've gotten some stops.
And you notice that Greg McDermott hasn't taken his guys out.
No. Alexander feeds the rim. Shot clock is at 8. Ashworth into the paint, kicks it out for Alexander for 3. Yes!
That'll do it.
That may be it. Yep. 73-60.
I am up. Alexander on the drive. Twisting fall away. No.
They are so good at that particular shot, particularly Shireman.
Shireman, the high-low lob.
Is that keeping up on the floor?
Triple team kick. Rhythm 3. Alexander off. And it's won by Creighton.
Good hustle. Carvella. What a read.
Alexander pull up. Trains it.
That's his game. Nice give by Farabella. Assist to Oso. They don't get back.
Alexander wide open. How does that happen?
I think they were caught between switching defenses. They played a little great look set up by Cam Jones.
The Marquette bench has been a sight. Alexander contested tough, Nate.
Sure was. Individual skill at stroke.
Nasty crossover, Alexander.
Wow, that was tough with the ball. Kolick all over it. Big time delivery.
Farabello. They try to hold for a look.
Good patience. Nice step back.
Alexander.
Ooh, they're going to go the other way. Farabello over. No, Miller over to.
Look at how he is outpacing Marquette from deep by himself by a wide margin.
Everybody runs that play. Screen, dribble exchange.
Shireman won it, but a foul. Shireman on the run with Alexander.
Oso, such an influence. Sprints the floor, gets a piece.
Alexander slithers to the cup and responds.
It's a goal.
Kolek begging for it.
Watch him get on the floor quickly.
Alexander's had the ball in his hands a lot. Twisting fall away. Kiss miss.
Numbers. The disadvantage in this particular set.
Ashworth was given space. Alexander hesitant three. Got it.
Wow. How about that? Stepping up. Get them in touch. And run it down. Out scrap a nice steal right here. Alexander.
And he misses in transition.
May have been a little.
Not there.
Quick. Go quick.
Three ball. Iguodaro tied up. Foul.
It's event.
3-possession game, 20 seconds, no timeouts. Alexander and one.
Well, that was quick, smart, aggressive, boy, spirited effort. Fun game to be involved in, isn't it, John?
Shades of more to come. Alexander. The Marquette Golden Eagles have won 20.
Shot clock down to 10 for the Blue Jays.
Gotta go.
Alexander, the fadeaway, and a weak side rebound for Miller.
We know he can shoot over that left shoulder of his. Nice counter.
I remember last year in Philadelphia, it was the outside game of Eric Dixon as Alexander's 3 pinballs out. He hit 6 threes in Villanova.
You can get open looks, but transition D has been extraordinary for the Cats.
Hard to speed up Villanova, isn't it?
Very hard to speed up a team unless you can make shots like that. That wants to play slow.
Great look. Now
Best defensive player of the year.
Back-to-back years in this league. Alexander, tough fadeaway. Good defense from Longino, but Alexander forced that a bit.
Finish.
Went right at King, who came in off the bench after Kalkbrenner sat down.
That's the shot right there.
From the elbow, Alexander is true.
He can get that as often as he wants. Just a ball screen.
Alexander, only 2 points tonight for Trey Alexander. Dixon in his way. He'll shoot over him anyway. Kalkbrenner the offensive board. Takes it right back up and in.
Not settled. Momentum carried him forward.
Trey Alexander, quiet first half. Pivots, fadeaway, splashes home. Just 4 points for Trey Alexander.
That's his game, though, by Miller.
Boy, just came in out of nowhere to get that rebound. He had that foul trouble in the first half. We didn't see much of him as Alexander's runner is well short. That's usually a shot he hits.
I just thinking the same thing. Happened to a few of the shooters for the Cats.
Alexander going end to end. Longino in front. Tough shot for Trey Alexander, but he gets the roll.
Looks at his arm.
And now Alexander.
Armstrong smart. Goes over the top. Under once and over the top the second time. That's his game right there.
It hasn't been tonight. 3 for 10 from the floor.
So
here we go. Farabello to inbound.
Here he comes.
It's Alexander. One dribble. Throws it to the rim. Through contact. Farabello will hoist it up. No shot.
For help.
Problem for the Jays is those shooters haven't been hitting their shots. Alexander hits one to start, though. Just 4 for 12, but a big mid-range. And what a shock. It's Dixon who provides it. He has 29.
Back screen on a big and a dribble drive by Alexander. And how about that play?
Through contact from Dixon, and he just muscled his.
The Horns look, stagger. And this is when he rolls to the rim. Kalkbrenner. Pretty shot.
Alexander. He's taken over the overtime.
As he stepped up.
Well, with 20 seconds to go in the overtime. Down a pair. Alexander working against Hart. Going to the rim. Driving inside. Misses the layup. No whistle inside.
And
now
again,
the whistle as they foul.
Turns into now 2 points for a very good scorer at the other end in Sears.
In a game where the momentum shifts you figure are going to be plentiful. There's a mid-range jumper, and you were talking about that earlier. Trey Alexander is so good, and they can do it in bunches. As that went off the foot of Alexander, he picks it back up. Must have gotten deflected, and Alexander turning around. He's so good at that.
Always squares up. You know,
it's a corner. King comes to help.
It's a really nice job by King.
Alexander sprinting down the lane. He went a little too fast.
Just a lot of those against UNLV also.
Temporary big.
Phenomenal athlete as well.
King set the screen, rolled to the rim, freeing up Alexander. Another turnaround for Trey Alexander. Yeah, it's sort of a confused crowd right now, stunned to silence. Alexander with a Euro step, and then over the head for two. Across the Prince home games, 100 wins, 9 losses. Alexander hustling down the lane. Second chance on the backside for Green. Oh, it was 58-57. This is 42 all, and we're not at halftime yet. Alexander beats 2 to the rim. Feels like Christmas for 23 combined fouls so far. Got to hustle now. Alexander with 4 from the mid-range. He missed everything, and Alabama with 9 and change will have some time here.
Maybe not be that guy that you saw in Toronto, but they need him to pick this thing up a little bit, because at times it's been like 4 on 4.
Bit more early in the second half. Kalkbrenner the screen. Alexander probing and pulling up for Cash again.
So good. He really does have.
Kick out, Nelson way short. Alexander crowbars away the rebound. On the drive, Alexander blocked from behind by Nelson, who stayed with the play beautifully. Or one of those pods at the very least. King is on, Kalkbrenner is off. Alexander using some space, and that turnaround is copyrighted for him.
Hey.
It was like the pit crew said there was traffic ahead. When he hit the straightaway, nobody was there. Alexander again. He missed one finally in the mid-range. The point is wide. He knew it, and Griffin got a paw on it. Taken away by Shireman. Here's Alexander. He scores. Alexander pounding the dribble. Sears hit Ashworth. Alexander skids to a stop, testing the brake pads, and missed it.
Up to Alexander. Good defense from UNLV on this possession. Shireman throws it back to Alexander for 3. There's the first 3 for the Creighton Blue Jays. It comes from Trey Alexander.
Stay home and play for the Running Rebels.
His dad, a great player for UNLV, point guard. He was on Tark's last team. Kick to the corner, Alexander triple, boarded by Cottrell. Cut off. Now Shireman back into the hands of Alexander.
Got a mismatch inside.
Alexander takes the jumper from the free throw line. Missed, sending UNLV on the recruit, picked up by Kevin Kruger. And for his dad's alma mater, UNLV. Here's Alexander, boarded by Boone. UNLV runs again. Here's Webster into the... Alexander throws it away. Shireman keeps it alive in the open court. Farabello picks it up. And now Alexander for 3. Tipped out. Trout has the rebound. Alexander attacking. Blocked. Boone got a piece of it. Caleb Ashworth brings it back in the final seconds of the first half. Alexander attacks. Alexander's floater is short. UNLV has the ball, and UNLV takes an 8. Kalkbrenner wants it on the low post. Creighton likes to play through the big man, especially in the first minutes of a half. Alexander, floater. Kalkbrenner going for the rebound. It's boarded by Caleb Boone, who's been terrific for UNLV. Has yet to hit a 3 in the second half. That was touched by UNLV. So Creighton dunk for Kalkbrenner off the block from Alexander. Kalkbrenner there and again.
He's got more moves than a can of worms in the low post. Keep getting the big guy the ball. UNLV.
Alexander for 3. Another miss, boarded by Mason Miller. Miller to the rim. Miss. Shireman has the rebound. Thomas late getting back, so it's 5-on-4. Alexander fires a transition 3. Kalkbrenner has the rebound, ripped away by Thomas down.
I didn't see that coming, Carter. First game this year.
Alexander lost the handle, got it back, spins it in at the rim. Nice move from Trey Alexander.
Possibly 5, but the Mountain West is loaded. Big East has a great group also.
And appropriate that Caleb Boone holds the basketball as
from the field. Got to go through Odura a little bit more, I think, on this end. Gaines off the mark.
Alexander the other way.
Got to get back in cover. Ashworth.
The kick wide open to Duro.
A little too deep, I think, for him. He can knock those babies down, though. He got some range in his game.
Villanova, your last game in conference play on the road. Awesome, a deep three. Game plan has been phenomenal. Obviously, with the made short in double figures. That is unheard of when you're talking about a defensive player of the year candidate.
Right. On a team with a lot of other offensive
Absolutely.
Alexander offense. Longino trying to find room against Ashworth. Finds Dixon instead. Got a great look. That one just wouldn't fall.
Really, again, you have to pay attention to the things you're doing late game against Creighton.
Austin will try the three, and Alexander with the rebound.
He's a terrific shooter. He just has to slow down a click.
4 to shoot. Hart in the paint against Shireman. Rebound tipped by Kalkbrenner, and the Jays will start it up the floor. Ashworth.
Well, you talked about how they just don't foul, but they make it difficult for you.
Dixon on the deck. Kind of changed the path that Bamba wanted to take to the basket.
Back at the hotel, made the trip but started not feeling well. Stevie Mitchell can't get it. On this end, they get it to Kalkbrenner for a two-handed
team in college basketball at utilizing the flare screen. And that just gets you off balance. They got a great look.
And Creighton can fill it up as well as anybody. They make almost 11 three-pointers a game. That's 6th in the country.
In control of the offense, little dribble handoff. He finds Farabello.
In and out for Joplin. Well, Marquette is going to have to find a... And a rebound to Mitchell. He's going to push. Right at Ashworth. Alexander got a piece of it. He'll race the other way. Yeah, he had basically a one.
Steps it through, left hand, rolls out. And the rebound, Alexander, last touched by Elijah Hutchins-Everett. Hutchins-Everett spinning into traffic, rebound Alexander.
The storm, if you will, and that's exactly what they got. And Trout.
Kadari Richmond back on the floor with 2 fouls.
A lot of short shots for them. A lot of get a better feel going in the break.
Adewusu tries a 3. And that will end the first half. And Shaheen Holloway telling his guard.
They've beaten the best team in the Big East so far.
7 from deep. Dingle runner comes strong. Dingle trying to get it back. Tracked out in the corner by Alexander. Points at 2 different schools. He did it at South Dakota State as well. Alexander's blocked by Lewis. Yeah, Lewis, I'm telling you, he's a good player. Ashworth 3. Won't go down. Shireman over to Alexander for 3. It's short. Gets his own rebound. Attacks the paint. Step back jumper. No.
Not in sync right now, UConn.
In the corner, Caravan.
That would help.
He has been quiet.
Nice
5
run
points.
by Miller.
Miller to the tin for 2.
Under at the right time, going over the top.
Newton trying to answer, cannot. Battle for the rebound. Alexander wins.
Well, they're screening out.
And that's what created that open opportunity for him.
Davis over Ashworth. And Alexander the rebound.
That's a tough shot there.
Trey Alexander.
For all of the Creighton guards, if they can get in the lane.
Telford off the hesitation. Floats it short. Alexander with Creighton down 1. Jays looking for their first lead. Ashworth, the 3 in transition. Pinballs out. Trey Alexander with a rebound. Leaving for Shireman.
Long shots lead to long. Just got to continue to attack off the bounce. I like this matchup here.
And Trey Alexander with the rebound. Got a good look, though. Thad Matta's not going to be unhappy with that look from Pierre Brooks.
And if that's going to happen, you got to have a weak side guy that's able to come over and take away that lob.
Posh Alexander, no at the rim. Trey Alexander probing it up the floor. A whip pass ahead to Shireman, who's fouled by Kaplan. Posh Alexander against Kalkbrenner. Got it over the big man, but he changed that shot, did Kalkbrenner. Floor for Butler. Moore against Farabello. Alexander, his 7th rebound. And now the Jays content to pull back a little bit, walk this 11 all year. And Kalkbrenner, they challenged him, and he was up to the challenge from long range today, 3 of 6 from 3.
Yes, and it's an area of his game that he's been working on, because as we
3 years, this Big East, Big 12 battle has been tied 5-5. This year, no chance. They're playing 11 games. And there's a dunk and a scream from Ryan Kalkbrenner, a 9-2.
Well, I've got to evaluate moving forward a little bit more, but I think the Big 12 is a little bit better just because the bottom of the Big East is a little bit weak. Although Butler,
6 in his decorated career, last 14 on the hilltop in Omaha, Nebraska with these Blue Jays. And he has them looking every bit a national title contender. All Big East award winner this year, preseason first team All Big East, and he's got 5 20-point efforts already. And now Shireman has 3 or more threes in every.
They will put the pressure on you.
And he delivered that in the semifinal game as Shireman delivers the 3. CSU at 11 steep.
Had him buried deep. Can't get you second because now you're going to sit out probably the rest of the half.
And so he exits with 10:28 left to go, and there's Shireman in a tough spot in the corner.
10 minutes of the first half, they were outstanding, and that's certainly Greg McDermott's identity as a coach. Just one of the most respected offensive minds in college basketball.
And on cue, Kalkbrenner about the game tonight. I said, well, we think it's going to be fun, good atmosphere. He comes from the JUCO level. Nick's so excited to be in this building tonight as Ashworth, the Utah State transfer, knocks it in from downtown.
Done a good job in the offensive glass.
Shireman just, he could have driven a Mack truck down the line with that hole. It's just Shireman takes it multi. You love his athleticism.
I'm telling you, he's one of the most explosive players you'll see.
Shireman in transition. Looks right back at Trey and rebounds. Only player in the country that year to lead his conference in all 3 categories. And then he drills a 3. Nothing but nylon for Baylor Shireman.
He's still a little raw, but boy, you can see the explosiveness.
Farabello, that's a 3. And that is the 10th triple of the night. He's one of those guys, Nick, you shake your head and say, how do you guard this guy?
And he is enormous in person.
Shireman for 3. Same could be said for how do you guard this Creighton.
End up being a more potent offense for Creighton. Great pass.
Miller pays it off with a 3. Give Creighton 12.
The 3 can't connect, and Alexander for Creighton will start it up. Quick push to Shireman for the 3 in the corner. That's how fast it can happen. Alexander to back this one out and reset. 12 to shoot. It's Kalkbrenner on the run. Count the bucket, and another and 1 opportunity for the Blue Jays. The 2 grab the lead again with a 3. Trey Alexander against Dix. Farabello for the lead. Count it, and the foul. Stanford broke down Shireman. That 3 wouldn't go. Got a good look. Ahead, Kalkbrenner running the floor. 8-point Blue Jay lead. Timeout, Iowa. And Cricky couldn't get the roll this time. Alexander looking to push. Long pass ahead. Kalkbrenner running the floor with the flush.
For the final 13 minutes if Iowa's going to win this game. He's experienced. He's been through it.
Shireman to the rim for 2. 16 for Baylor Shireman. Trey Alexander looks like he just climbed a mountain. King to the rim for the flush. Alexander, 3 assists away from the triple-double. Farabello trying to give him 1. 2 assists away. Farabello with his third.
He's got great chemistry. They're going to be the next inside-out dynamic duo for Iowa.
Oh, nice feed inside. Kalkbrenner
with the flush. To not go for shot fakes and just use his size.
2 team fouls for the Bison. Shireman in rhythm. That looks good.
A lot of mid-range jumper, and the threat of it created the three-point opportunity.
And that is what makes this Creighton team so dangerous. In a nutshell, there is Trout, and they just keep falling for the Blue Jays. Ashworth rightly stopped just over the half-court line. There's the lob, finding better passing angles, and it's paying off.
That's exactly what Greg McDermott...
To stand his ground, he would argue.
Beautiful.
Backdoor cut and the two-handed slam and 1.
It's the turnover. Got numbers. Alexander out to Ashworth, toes the line for the 3. Great hustle. Alexander already 10 points for the Jays. Going to work, whips that pass out to Ashworth for 3. And Ashworth with 8 early. Offense, are you saying the let it fly Jays may be back this year?
I think so. I mean, it's crazy to say out loud that three-point shooting was kind of an issue the last couple of years.
And there's the first 3 for Isaac Trout. And in this game, you can tell Keith Lamar's got a chance to do some damage in the SWAC this year.
I totally agree. Good athlete.
Ashworth's 3 is good. Speaking of doing damage, Ashworth is going to do some damage. Drop into such an important role like Ashworth has done.
And it's different. You know, Utah State, he was the man. The ball was in his hands. He was the leading scorer.
And there's a 3 from Mason Miller to get on the board with his first points of the year.
Here's Alexander. He got ahead of steam. We'll take that. Ashworth. And Creighton answers with a triple.
Pretty good find. 3 is better than 2, I guess. Easing that opportunity up.
His second miss. He's got 11 points. Farabello. Their second 3.
Oh, and he didn't get over and cover either. Spencer a little tardy.
Best three-point shooting team in the league and one of the best in the entire nation. Up top, Kalkbrenner.
Well, because of that three-point shooting,
he's got 4 points and a couple of rebounds so far for the Red Storm. Over the top, good catch and finish. Well, that was a great pass by Alexander.
And there could be no backside.
Worth getting a breather. Farabello back in. Miller with a shot clock down at 2. Top 3 in the corner for Mason Miller. But again, Kalkbrenner straight up, no foul. Miller put on the brakes and slams it home.
Brady Dunlap in that ball.
This crowd is standing, just waiting to roar. That'll do it!
One of the more unique players in college basketball. All the different categories he adds to the team. Up top for Kalkbrenner. Boy, Creighton has it going on all cylinders in the game's first 5 minutes.
Cedric King, but I'll tell you this team is well coached. It's just sometimes it's just a matter of finding that one game that gets you going, and this will be huge. But that young man right there, they have to talk about their coverage opens up the lane.
And he was making them in practice. The form looked good, and he's made to with Dave Kalkbrenner. Oh my! Finishes up top over Etienne.
Attempt from 3 all season, shot it with confidence and drilled it.
Lob to Kalkbrenner, too easy, and a nice touch by the 7-footer, who now has only a tip in is allowed, and so Tim Clockerty was all over that. Miller at 3, all over that to start the second half. Just the 4th made 3.
And those shots are going to be there with the drop coverage, but those are harder shots than you think.
Inside to Kalkbrenner, who had 15 in the first half. Counted in the foul.
Got to move.
5 to shoot. Alexander kick out. Shireman puts it in from downtown, his first three of the game.
Look at that pressure from Garway Dual, but not enough.
And a 20-piece for Ryan Kalkbrenner.
That stops it. Good defense by Baylor Shireman that time, keeping him in front.
They go down low to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner hard off the glass. It's good. They want him to be more aggressive.
And what they did there was they got into transition.
They're hitting whistles.
And one thing about Creighton, they're number one in the nation, at least fouls per game.
Ashworth from the corner, steps to his left for three. It's good. He splashes it home in front of the Georgetown bench.
And when they go man-to-man. So they showed zone and went man.
Alexander into the paint, got his man off his feet, caught Miller inside, and that's an easy shot for Miller with his left hand.
Yeah, Trey Alexander with a good job there.
Overall, 3 of 7 from the floor. Alexander, bounce pass to King, and a two-handed flush.
And one thing about King, he's a really good sub for Kalkbrenner.
You mentioned Mitchell. One little area he does struggle, but he does so many other things for this team. Don't leave this guy alone.
Up high, the 3-ball for Shireman.
What? Oh, somebody hurt here. Hold on.
Alexander in stride.
That's the third turnover, too.
Shireman, quick release. Drains it.
It's amazing. A nice little look by Alexander, too. A little slap back.
String injury, zapped him of 4 straight games.
A little bit of a zone here look.
Alexander corner, Ashworth. Rings it down.
He can drill it. A bunch of them at Utah State. 100.
Alexander became a second option for stretches in the first half. Nice look. And one chance for Kalkbrenner.
Nice job sliding in position and great pacing.
Alexander. Nice wraparound bounce. King point blank.
Both teams opening it up a little bit here. Into a zone, too. Get an offensive rebound. Shoot it.
Miller contested. Got it. 5'1".
Place. I hope he's having a libation. Loving that kind of maneuver.
Here's Alexander. Nice to
Kalkbrenner. Tough when you get that kind of switch. You can't cover. Nice ball fake there with the dribble. Look at this load up. Say goodnight.
There it is.
Too little, too late.
Here's Shireman.
Uses that ball screen beautifully, doesn't he?
Alexander,
look at the slip to the goal. And nobody in the back was alert. Dixon showed.
Is those 0-footers the right way.
Well, they're going to have to lean on him. King, a rim run, and he gets hammered.
And that's where Nelson's going to have to understand. You got teammates cutting. That's where he didn't have to do that in the past, but woo!
That's a rim run from Kalkbrenner. Transferring from Utah State. Alexander. Kalkbrenner again! Thunder from 11.
And we know what Creighton wants to do. Get it to Kalkbrenner in the post early on. Establish the big man. And here he is.
Here we go.
Kalkbrenner catches and one. So Kalkbrenner on both ends of the floor. Impactful on the first two positions.
In position, he faked the pass and shot it. He's off balance. Got to calm down. Go inside to the big fella.
Farabello from deep. There's another made three. The fourth for Creighton. A much needed.
I didn't see that coming.
Turnaround Shireman answers with a three.
They are more efficient actually off of their opponent's makes than they are off of their misses.
The lob to Kalkbrenner. How many times have the fans seen that in this arena? Over
6 points off of their defense in transition.
Into the corner, Mason Miller again, his second three of the game today. There's Alexander driving, comes to a jump stop, feeds Ashworth high off the glass for two. This is the definition of that. And as you said, only a bonus if you're a kid from Nebraska. Here's Shireman, another kid from Nebraska that can shoot the three.
That ghost screen right there is so hard for resiliency, the quality of shots. if you're taking contested bad shots, that's going to mean tough things for you down the road. In Aggie land over there, I think that was a great place for him. And likewise, this is a great place for him to spend his 5th year, an opportunity. As he was also coming off of a mission for the Pola Junior College, he had his career high in the last game, 24 points against Valpo.
Oh, Kalkbrenner with authority. And a foul.
He's to get more reps at that point guard position. Add to his bag, add to his development, but it's going to be important in the long run that they have depth in that position. And how about, again, the proven...
Into the ball game for Creighton, as has Francisco Farabello. Shireman again, this time puts it in from downtown, and Creighton regains the lead.
The shot. Ball has to get into Kalkbrenner, one way or another. This is an All-American candidate player.
There it is for a two-hand jam, his first bucket over 10 minutes into the game.
So the only thing that's been different about this, they're available against Creighton, those little 10 to 12 footers. Question is, can you make them?
Shireman, given space, puts it down, his 4th 3 of the first half. Charlotte transfer. Farabello, yes, from the corner.
That's not good enough for Nebraska. Got to get back and get...
Miller, that's a 3. They were so good from downtown.
53-40. Nice find. Farabello. That's big. That's big. Pump fake, side step, knock it down.
But because of the quality of the shot. You heard the roar from the crowd, too. They've been standing, waiting for the first points for 4 minutes. Shireman answers with the 3. He's got 5. On the move, going to his left.
Stevie Mitchell can't get it. On this end, they get it to Kalkbrenner for a two-handed flush.
That's a phenomenal pass right there by Trey Alexander. Eyes are up long. The way that they're connected defensively. If they come in trap, they're always rotating over. They are one of the more together defenses that you'll see in college hoops.
Well, right now it's Miller time in Omaha. He's hit back-to-back.
That's fortunate for Creighton. That's another miscommunication, and Cam Jones wide open because of it.
Inside Kalkbrenner, deep post touch.
That's another great run there by Ryan Kalkbrenner, and he's running to the need him to be playing come March.
Meanwhile, Jones has helped pick up the slack after that three-point play. He's got a dozen. Shireman, that almost hit the ceiling, and it still went down.
Boy, Stevie Mitchell a little bit late. Dave.
Back into the big fella. Yes.
I love the fact that Kalkbrenner, he caught it high and he kept it high.
Went off the mark. Yeah, you said it. Several guys have stepped up. I think Mitchell and Gold at the top of that list. But that time, Kalkbrenner beats Gold and scores it.
Well, he did his work early. He really pushed Ben Gold.
Alexander again. What a pass. Green collects and finishes. The hometown kid from right here in Omaha.
Got to the front of it. They fight right back. They've been in the zone, and then they're matching up.
9-1 run. That one does roll around and down for Kalkbrenner.
That was a heck of a catch and finish there.
2 34-point games last week. Kalkbrenner, yes. Oh, he got revenge on Joplin.
Well, Creighton emptied out that entire side. Type deal, and you come away with it, and there's nothing better as a player.
Open look, Farabello, and that was all set up by Alexander.
I thought Alexander had a layup, but why?
Alexander gets a screen. 3 to shoot. Shireman, got it!
Is an improvement and a willingness to defend for the entirety of the 40 minutes in a basketball game.
Cans of threes and gets the scoring to let that play on, especially understanding that Seamo's best player already had a foul. Kalkbrenner barely jumped. Showing a little touch around.
Both teams just 1 for their last 7 from the floor. Trout lines up a 3.
The Virginia transfer, fresh off the bench, puts it in.
Coaches are with their starters and how their starters can stay on the floor without fouling.
Trout again. Stay high.
Don't need to reach in.
5 turnovers for Creighton. Beautiful lob by Trey Alexander to Ryan Kalkbrenner. Mason Miller tracks it down. Second opportunity. Ashworth again. On the reload. Puts it in from downtown.
Wow. I mean, that is just a bullet pass. Terrific. I mean, Greg McDermott.
Alexander says, "The heck with that."
Right. And Greg McDermott says, I don't like the mid-range shot. I like the three. But only if Trey Alexander have 2 of your best three-point shooters go 2 for 16. Just can't happen. Man.
Backdoor cut. Courtesy on the. This is a big rebound after that loss you talked about to St. John's over the weekend at the Garden. Oh, yeah. On the touch, Ryan Kalkbrenner making it look.
Shireman is 2 for 9 today. Kalkbrenner, nice touch.
Nice touch.
Ashworth out to Alexander. Feeds Kalkbrenner down low. And he beats Soriano. And immediately Rick Pitino calling to Zuby.
To somebody, you didn't lose to Georgetown or DePaul, you know what I mean? So I think you leave them probably where they are. They, instead of moving up with the UConn win, they'll probably end up staying the same.
Around the same.
Arabello made the screener deal. There's Alexander. He wanted that three. Now he's got to improvise to Arabello, who will try it. His second.
Nicely placed. Alexander patient.
Ball to shoot. Alexander going to go to work against Newton. Jason Green. His first career three.
You never know when you're going to be.
And Alexander took over the point guard spot for the rest of the year. Alexander inside, needed some help, finds it from Ashworth. Another three falls. Wow. It's the Stephen Ashworth era.
First game they didn't attack. Now they're going to more of the attack mode.
Ashworth again for three. He can't miss.
It's his night.
In the corner, Caravan.
That would help.
He has been quiet.
Nice
5
run
points.
by Miller.
Miller to the 10 for 2.
How about Alexander? The foresight, the vision. Into the floor. The push, plenty of time on the clock. One of the few entries to the box, and look who's up with Carter. Miller.
Shireman with the rebound. Ball deflected.
Nice defense here.
Miller just diving for it out of bounds.
A gamble pass, but excellent coverage.
Love the dive by Mrs. Time. Picks it up. Across the midcourt line. Trying to get there. Cut off. And stolen. What a job by Rich Barrett. Carter.
Three. Game plan has been phenomenal. Obviously with the made shots as well for Creighton.
Turnover for the Jays, their first. To the other end, Hart with the challenge.
This next 20 minutes.
There's Alexander trying to feed it into the post, and a takeaway. Ball loose and scooped up by Villanova. Outstanding play by Tyler Burton.
Far, it's been contested individual plays.
And a bad pass. So the 18 turnovers in the first meeting between these two for Creighton. There's the first turnover tonight.
What prospects are. Certainly plenty of NBA scouts here in the building today.
Because he's done. This is his 5th and final season. Alexander just lost that as he tried to collect it. It's for Creighton from deep.
And this is a game where if you're Marquette, you're going to have to score because Creighton is going to put up points.
Careless turnover takes us to a break. Kalkbrenner could do it.
And that was partly the issue in their loss to St. John's, Donnie. They went 6 of 26 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he and Ashworth were 2 for 16. You just can't have that if you're a team that shoots special for a guard forward.
Alexander Moved his pivot foot. So Seton Hall.
Wow, nice D. Really good D by Bediako. Moving his feet.
Trey Alexander sends it out to Shireman. Good defense early on by St. John. Shot clock inside 5 and a turnover. Second turnover for the Blue Jays. And that's 2 half courts. Alexander. Alexander had it poked away by Jenkins. Great defense by Jenkins. Turnover.
Here's Trey Alexander probing on the baseline, tried to drop it off to Shireman, and a turnover going to Georgetown. First Creighton turnover of the evening. Alexander against Masood. Trying to dump it down. Bristol got the hand on it to swat it away.
Great effort from Wayne Bristol Jr. on the switch.
And now Masood in.
Good job by Usman there, getting back and taking away the roll man.
Claude the Pilfer, Green the Deuce.
You can't turn the ball over. Sean Miller telling the official, that's fine to call that, but we better get that same call down here.
Yeah, Alexander, I think he may have walked.
Yeah,
yes,
he did.
That's a good call.
Yep.
Evan Burrows on top of that one.
Was it 20? They had a fresh 10 to break it.
Alexander.
What a play.
Has his pocket picked. Olivari again. They're going to say kicked ball, and it will go the other way.
And a layup ball right at the basket, and he missed it. Corey Floyd. Ball deflected, intercepted. Pierre the other way. Numbers 4 and 3. Trailer Carter. 15 on the shot clock. Ashworth in a hurry. Set up. Alexander in trouble. Taken over by Oduro. Carter back the other way. Waiting for help. Wow! The transfer from UConn. This crowd is fired up and then some. Steal by Carter. Gaines ahead of the pack. Floyd. Lay it up.
Posh Alexander will not play tonight. The starting point guard for the Bulldogs out with a foot injury as Alexander is called for the offensive foul. So Brooks does not have a field goal yet, the top scorer for the Bulldogs. Well, he gets a hand in on Alexander there. But you're talking about it. It's been a physical start.
Yeah.
Big finish coming right here. 10.8 to go. A chance and a go-ahead for Alexander, and he loses the ball, and that's out of bounds. No foul calls. Pierre.
Alexander. Very active inside defensively for DePaul here tonight. And number 5, Abbas.
Going to the bench, Shasachani, the 6'9" freshman, making his way to the scorer's table as Alexander tries to save it, throws it out of bounds. It's going to stay with Xavier, and a timeout on the floor. 14 for the Blue Jays. Alexander. Patient, but the hands of McKnight too strong. Swain up the floor, end to end, and Dalen Swain with a fit. Under a minute to play, first half. Here's Alexander again. Matched up against the smaller Green, and an offensive foul. That'll go on Alexander. Another opportunity for a second chance point for the Jays. Can they cash in? Alexander's the jump stop inside. Good defense and a turnover. Olivari holding his ground. And now on the other end.
Alexander turns the corner, gets where he wants to go, and throws it away. Well, you know, they're corralling Alexander. They want to make him.
They're vulnerable without Klingon. With them, they're awfully tough.
Alexander looking for Kalkbrenner. Nobody home, back to Connecticut.
Yeah, nobody touched it.
Right back.
Williams been on the perimeter. There you go, attack. They got an offense, he must have moved the arm.
Bingo.
I couldn't see it. Then you can't blame him, obviously, with this kind of talent. He handled that little elevator play beautifully. Nice hands.
Tiara.
Tiara ends up with it.
Rebounds and scores every night.
Knocks down both free throws, and there's a careless turnover.
And that's what St. John's pressure will do. They either turn you over on the inbounds or they.
Alexander had to catch that on his back hip, and because of that, he traveled.
You
You mentioned the turnovers, just 2 in the first half, and now there's the first pass fake, but he left it short. How about Alexander? Well, they're going to say he stepped on the end line.
Joel momentum, but you have that trust that you play those guys, you rotate them in and out, you keep them fresh.
Bad pass here, and then they're going to get a foul on Kalkbrenner, trying to save the turnover. Alexander off the bounce and an offensive foul. That is great defense by.
You gotta go take a seat.
Well, he's helped Providence go on a 12-2 run since they trailed it by 18. At one point in the second half, last touch by Kalkbrenner, and back to the.
You watch this game and tell me he hasn't impacted things at the rim.
You can't. Double team on Alexander, and he traveled. One back by the Friars.
Alexander.
Yeah, he got bodied up that time, Felder. He's got to get a little stronger, obviously. Good defense by Fielder that time.
Yeah, ball knocked away. Fielder wants it. They go up. Yeah, he's talked about the recruiting class from 24 and 25. They're really doing a heck of a job with their recruiting. Whistle blows of a traveling violation called on Alexander.
That's cool. He has done even at Providence about 10% of the time, and with Epps out and him being a little light body-wise, he goes to the zone a little early.
And Alexander turned it off. Alexander cut off by Baycoat.
Good defense.
Ball
really
goes inside.
That was great help that time by Massoud, too. Came from the weak side, saw what was going on.
Look at it's Alexander. So it's probably going to be Alexander or Shireman, or maybe Kalkbrenner.
That was a bad play.
That's 10 turnovers.
10 turnovers.
Naked.
A misfire and claimed by Creighton and Mason Miller. Nice check out. Ooh, not a good pass cross court. A deadly deflection. Thread the needle. What a pass and the miss. Left. Back iron, Farabello. Headman to King, disrupted by Sean Jones. Yeah, heads up play. A little more air on. Again, they got the switch. Alexander, 5 to shoot. Rain of the lane giveaway. 3-on-1, Sean Jones. Jones miss, 48 seconds. Got to attack. Alexander, offensive foul. Go back, I haven't seen that excited.
Attack, wild shot. And they found the big guy. Great presence, Kalkbrenner. Here's Alexander, pocket picked. Longino took it away. 1 minute until halftime.
Out to Nelson. His 3 is around and out. And that's saved. And what do we have? Ashworth was on the sideline. It's a turnover back to Alabama.
And that's the other key to think about right now.
By not shortening the game, though, a bucket basically sinks you here. Alexander fighting with the ball. It is out of bounds. Alabama does get a stop. 12.2, and now Creighton.
The rim. Alexander brings it back for the Blue Jays. Alexander bumped, knocked away, taken away. The Boone brothers combine to get the steal from Alexander.
Is going to come with a hard double team.
Alexander traveled. Third turnover of the first half for the Blue Jays.
Say Tominaga.
Alexander picked off by Gary.
Great deflection.
Gets in there again defensively.
Rim protection looming.
Off the back iron.
Well, that's Creighton's game plan defensively. That's what they're going to give you. They're going to give you that mid-range shot.
And Pat Driscoll says Trey Alexander stepped on the baseline. That's enough.
Alexander trying to get it to King and hands again.
That was really good help by Evans on that baseline. Looked like Trey out, and he just almost never makes a mistake.
Handoff there, Strong. Got a piece, but they call the offensive foul on the screen.
Helping on the cutter, he ends up with a layup. Good defense there.
Dawson able to get up take it away. Can't score it at the other end, but Ruben, home there in Chicago.
He played well against New Orleans in their last game.
Turnover. Alexander coughed it up. Dolan lead feed. Norris lay in. Got it. And Loyola. Shireman. Long range. Alexander. What an athletic play to keep it alive. But a read from Norris. Intercept. Can't score it. Farabello. Three of those Big East teams currently the top 8 in the national rankings. And Alexander called for the travel. And you as well in this contest now for Shireman as he's got another double-double. Alexander lost the handle. Here's Schweiger.
Yeah, he was a little careless. Guy came.
That little 12-foot jump shot, so it's going to be available.
There is Trey Alexander. Lost it out of bounds. Goes back to Texas Southern. You mentioned, Nick, they're coming off a loss against Virginia.
The kinds of shots they want. And with their frontline guys knocking down jump shots, that is a huge storyline to continue to watch.
And another turnover. This is Bryce Sanford, the younger brother of Peyton. He can shoot the three. This one all. Freshman guard from the free throw line misses on that one. Francisco Farabello with a rebound. Alexander trying to do a little too much. Laser towards Trout, out of bounds. There's Kalkbrenner. That swarm of Hawkeyes around him, and then Perkins with the takeaway. Perkins, the lead for Bowen. Fell almost every time in the first half. Mid-range jumper's been good. That one almost went into the basket off the tip, and there'll be a foul on Mason Miller trying to take it away from McCaffrey.
Take him on 4. Alexander on the bounce, and it's tipped out of bounds.
Looking for assist number 9. How about this, Nick Baum? Creighton has never
pass past this person, and sometimes it just feels like no to both.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Lob inside, still not there for Kalkbrenner, and picked off once more by the Bison. Certainly prepared for
Alexander, 18 first half points. Little crossover gets inside, but it's picked away. Jadarius Eatman comes up with a loose ball. KJ Parker on the move. Creighton in control up 56-27. Alexander with 4 seconds. Lost the dribble, able to get it back. Ball poked free, loose on the floor, and nobody's getting a shot up as halftime. Extra pass, Alexander. Traffic all over the place, and he throws it away. Greg McDermott could not hang on to that one on the sideline. 35, Alexander able to turn the corner. Kept the dribble alive as he slipped, but Coffey finds it there. Ball still loose, and Coffey comes up with it.
Isn't right, it's ultimately going to catch up to you. It's one of the things that's hard when you're in the transfer portal world of finding that chemistry. Certainly, I think this group's going to have a better.
It allows for runouts. Creighton doing a terrific job of looking up the floor for Trey Alexander.
Claude. Boy, the crowd wanted a foul on Alexander. Did not get it.
Miller all alone in the corner. Got a great look. Oliveri looking to push end to end into Alexander. Alexander up to the challenge. Shireman saves it for Xavier. Now the scramble.
Fouls to give. Here's Richmond, guarded by Alexander. 15 shot clock. Elbow, Euro step. Put a block by Alexander. Got it back. Kadari goes up, blocked again. Tipped up and in. How did that happen? 60 all day. Nice battling inside. Drawing a crowd. Turns it over. And Ewusu. Dawes in a hurry. Dawes layup. Blocked by Alexander. And that was a great double.
Carter, really tough shot, well defended by Alexander. Oduro counted in the foul.
Shot clock is under 10. Baycoat heading to the basket, goes up, no, it's knocked away. Here's Farabello with 20 on the game clock. He'll keel it back.
Last one.
Yep.
A little bit of an ISO right here. Going to work inside against Alexander. What really good defense.
Real tough. Stood him up.
Jake.
Especially with Grant Nelson, who can play 5 positions technically.
Estrada turns the corner. King comes to help.
It's a really nice job by...
Understanding that Kalkbrenner's role is going to suck in Bryce Williams, and you're able to skip it to the opposite side of the floor. That's just an amazing play.
There's Trey Alexander with a block. And in transition.
Again, yes, maybe against some lesser foes, but they put up 92 at home against Iowa. Alexander deflection. Shireman heave. Almost. Reaching for Shireman. Battling hard. Going back for Ashworth. Lost the handle. Stevens in transition. Alexander bodied up, but nobody there to contest the second. Back for Dawson. Baseline attack, and there's Alexander. Rejected. Not up to his...
Xander tipped by King, but Bowen there to scoop it up. Bowen accelerating all the way, end to end, and Alexander says no. Certainly Shireman and Alexander are very capable from that spot on the floor.
Miller loses the dribble going right at Alexander, and he gets it. Big rejection by Alexander.
Engage. Remember, in that first meeting in December, as Alexander tips it away and gets the turnover, Jays had a 14-point lead early in the second half, and Villanova forced a point game. Armstrong to work against Alexander. Ball jarred free. Kalkbrenner going down to get it. Possession arrow is going to keep it on this end, but it won't get a tie-up.
Bad pass. You got to be careful. Alexander tracks it down, puts it up. Got it. And that picked off by Alexander.
The season trying to find his way and meander through what Greg McDermott was teaching. And he's really found a nice little niche here at Creighton.
Edge of four. Again, trying to work around Kalkbrenner and had it knocked away. You know, when you try one move and it doesn't work, and then you try another one, it's time.
Here's Davis. Into Kalkbrenner, turns it over. Alexander with the steal.
The play was to Kapke, number 33 in white, wide open in the right corner. Times this year night, and with his offhand able to flip that one up and in. 16 of his 27 coming in here in the second half.
And now Butler turns it over off the inbound.
Modestine just could not miss.
Oh, my
Great
goodness.
work by Shireman again.
He was behind the backboard. This is the second time that we've seen Trey Alexander make a play like this on the inbound.
You can't get lazy with those passes.
Is at its best.
Well, as important as this game is to Creighton because they want to avoid a 3-game losing streak, ranked 19th, Xavier needs a home win big time today. They may need it more than Creighton. Oh, that's going to be bad.
Down deep, giving up a lot of size in there. And rejected. 2 on the shot clock. Ticket Gates turned away. Here comes Creighton the other way. There's some intense defense on this inbound. Carter, going to get free, pushing that 5 count. Oh, boy, that was a dangerous one. And it's stolen by Alexander now.
Protect it, shoot your free throws, and get out.
They go deep to Carter. Wow, he jumps over Simon. Alexander, pump fake, a 3-ball.
Right, that doesn't get talked about as much, but he's one of the best rebounders in the conference. Nice double team there by Alexander. He's going to take it himself. Can't finish that.
There, and that's all Ashworth needs. Big shot from the Utah State transfer. And a takeaway. Alexander rips it away from Oliveri to the other end of the floor. Jays with a lead.
A big challenge for Alexander to guard Richmond. Good dart. Every coach we talked to, a nice job by Alexander. Boy, not paying attention makes you pay for it.
All here for Greg McDermott, and what a good big three they are. Alexander got a hand of the passing lane and turns defense into offense. St. John's team on a 4-game win streak. Right now they sit tied atop the Big East standings. Taken away, a turnover. Alexander up ahead to Ashworth for 3.
You got to figure that Creighton won't shoot it as well as they shot it, in the first half.
Alexander passing lane, layup around and out with a foul.
Oh, wow.
To the second half. One ball up top, looks in, nothing's there. Stolen away by Alexander. Alexander trying to go to length of the floor, gets contact off the glass, it's good.
Turnovers piling up. It's 4 in the last 6 trips for Creighton. Pollock off his foot. Alexander in stride.
That's the 3rd turnover, too.
Creighton 0-1.
There's that pocket to the floater. And run it down. Out scrap a nice steal right here. Alexander.
And he misses in transition.
The 2-3 trying to slow him down a little bit. You got to make sure you rebound.
Active hands for Creighton forces the giveaway.
Takes it right back up and in. Kalkbrenner with 10.
He knows where to go on every play. Heady player.
Takeaway.
Alexander with the steal. You don't need it, but why not for Shireman?
Shireman drives in and
Alec against Kalkbrenner.
Great defense.
Well defended and picked off by Alexander. Steps it through. High off the window and in.
They've made their threes and they beat Nebraska back. So that would be maybe a, I don't know if concern, but just reality of this team. They are very three-point reliant and
on the dotted line with Creighton. Bounce pass. Marsh couldn't thread the needle to John Mike Wright.
Marsh is a good passer from that high post. They'll look for that.
Rhythm dribble took him out of rhythm in that instance with Isaac Trout.
Weisinger lost it. There's Alexander.
To find Jakari White looking for some space. He goes right at Kalkbrenner, thinks better of it, and turns it over. Alexander on the run, and who'll be fouled?
operations, but there's going to be a lot on Trey Alexander's plate, and that's exactly how you want it as a basketball player.
There he reads that pick and roll perfectly, picks it off, and charges. Bowden Stunberg has been quiet for the Bison. Normally their leading scorer, first team All-Summit League. Almost turns it over again. In fact, he does. For 53, and it makes you think the Bison saw that last game against the Rattlers and said, we're not going to let that same thing happen.
A good steal from Alexander.
Lob up ahead for Kalkbrenner
to throw it in.
0 for 1 in the first half, 3 for 3 to start the second. Trey Alexander in the passing lane, and that's broken up. Great defense.
Looks like his game is ready to take on that role.
I agree. I think a part of it was why he came back. I think he was excited about the opportunity. Yeah, good steal.
Alexander to work against Lewis Jr. Just had his pocket.
And that was caught by Providence. Hardy's been all over him. Yeah. In the corner deep. Big ticket, no. In the corner. Better hustle. Providence keeps it. Pierre reloads.
And not getting up into guys. You have to respect every player in a blue uniform out here if you're Nova.
Longino, the open man. That three won't go, and Ashworth with the rebound.
I know you're a size 10, but you wear 12s.
I do, 13s. I stuck paper in the toes. Who doesn't? Longino. The three rattles around, and Shireman with a good nerve.
Striking first with a second chance opportunity.
Backing his way inside, Joplin. Gold, 6'11", but he can shoot it. Little short. From deep in the second half, 1 for 10. Gold will let it fly. Now both sides
are getting good.
Terrific defender as well.
Newton in the corner to Castle. The freshman will whip it right back to Newton for a three. That's short. Rebound.
And recovery, too. Use the flare screen, and right there, a nice help by Alexander.
Newton left open with that help, and the rebound inside for Clean.
2 points for Brooks, 1 for 6 shooting.
Shot clock at 10. In the corner, Alexander. Posh's three won't go. Shireman, Bizjack with 10 seconds to go to Moore, and the three won't go. Kalkbrenner with the rebound for Baylor. Shireman.
You could just feel it coming, couldn't you?
And a three on the other end for
defense can get back to what we saw in January. This Creighton team can be so deadly come NCAA tournament time.
McKnight from downtown. Big one.
Carter, a nice save by Shireman, and a loose ball taken by Castro, and a new clock. Here's Pickett Gaines. They need him to score. Not happening.
But he's also a good offensive rebounder. Landon Moore is a little bit more steady and calm. And he might get a little better three-point shooting out of Moore as he knocks one down. Glenn Robinson, maybe, the big dog from Purdue. Guy played with Nate Funk here at Creighton, was pretty darn good as well.
Yeah, that's heavy. A rare miss from three. Bounce. Working it in the paint. Ramey going baseline. Kicks it out. A pass. Trying to show a little range. Does not fall. Oden. Back to him in the corner for three. And he got it to go over Alexander.
10 to the lead. Dawes will let it rip. And he knocks it down.
Down to 7.
Look at that screen. So big.
Tiara cannot hit, and Kaufman.
Hands of the Hoyas. They've got 5 on 4 for a moment. Drum ball. Bounce pass to the corner. 3 from the corner. Too short. Ball tipped around and out of back. Styles blocked away by Kaufbrenner. Saved by Ashworth. Georgetown with a back run ball for 3. It's good.
Automatic switch here. Cam Jones on the curl. Lead the rhythm 3. A lot of three-point misses. Different defensive look from Creighton.
Yeah, a little bit of his own.
3 ball for Ross.
Oh, that looked right on, too.
Shireman gives no ground. Ball screen lies in wait. Mitchell steps into it. Drags it. How about that?
Good rebounder as well. Austin's 3. Air ball caught by Dixon. Up top for another long-range jumper. That won't go off Tyler Burton.
Sears, the creator there. Down deep. Pringle lifted out. Rebound snared by Estrada. Rebound King.
Into that screen. Stay still. The guard will find you.
That's the second foul on King, by the way. Sears tees up a 3 and misses well wide.
Laying off him on the deep one. Don't lay off at him. Now Ashworth with great qualities. Moves the game. Jams things up defensively. That's his game.
They're scoring 1,000 points at 2 Division I schools. That's pretty special. Man. They've beaten the best team in the Big East so far.
Best in the Big East. Well, he's making a noise to become the player of the year. I'm not saying he's going to be. What a great, oh, he got to finish that. But Shireman, any turnovers for the most part.
Dingle off a screen, knocks it down.
Andrew, how times this year night, and with his offhand able to flip that one up and in. 16 of his 27 coming in here in the second half.
And now Butler turns it over.
Ed Cooley talked a lot about that at shoot-around. It's one thing to know it's coming. It's another thing to stop it.
Here's Heath. That 3 way off the mark, and the Ritter 12 media timeout. Since then, a 15-2 Creighton run. Trying to get on the board. Styles with the air ball. Cook able. Coach McDermott exchanging a couple of Snickers right now. They are great friends. Styles short on that one, and Ashworth with the rebound.
Friar fans on their feet until their team scores. Here's Carter. Figures they'd go to him. Reverse, nothing there. Oduro can't convert. 10 turnovers for the Blue Jays, just 4 for Providence. Darway Dwell in the game. Here's Carter. He frees up. 3 ball. A short rebound for a...
As much as people complain about the monitor and the ref, they got it right.
Carter launches.
You can see Shireman on Telford and Mason Miller on Landon Moore. So already an adjustment there. And a great back cut from Pierre Brooks.
Good feed from Telford, too, huh? Come out, hit 2 threes late. Right before the half and into the first segment of this second half. And he bangs his way in. Brooks officially hot. And because of his season's best, 24 points for Ashworth. Creighton back within 2. There's Brooks. Short follow. Fouled Alexander.
Paul having a hard time getting good looks right now. Creighton playing at a much higher level defensively than they were in the first half. And this team does that very consistently.
You're not kidding. I mean, that sums this program up.
There, and that's all Ashworth needs. Big shot from the Utah State transfer.
And a takeaway. Alexander rips it away from Oliveri to the other end.
ERAF, so we've now confirmed Donovan Clingan is a Swiftie. Alex Caravan.
Both coaches talk about the importance of rebounding. St. John's one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. Creighton's going to do a good job holding the Red Storm to one shot so they can do this. Culprit missing the 3 free throws. Really turn the tide.
Dunlap set play for him. There's Ledlow again.
It's a pretty good scramble transition defense from Providence. Just couldn't corral the long rebound.
Carter goes right to the cup and lays it in past the 7-foot.
Point shooting teams in the country.
Making over 10 threes a game. Tough shot by Carter. Rebound. Track.
Cook left up top. Hands it off to Brumbaugh. Looking for Heat. Heat in front of his bench. In and out. And Ashworth with the
go. 10 seconds. Estrada for Sears. He drives with 5 on the clock and scores for 2. It's a 1-point game with
under 2 minutes to play in the first half. And a double-digit deficit. Tominaga, circus shot won't go. In by at least 10 points.
A lot of shooters on the floor, kind of a smaller lineup.
Tominaga doubled, tries a 3, puts it down.
4-7 fighting against 7'1" and delivering the goods.
Looks bigger than 6'7", or Kalkbrenner's not 7'1".
Stevens, floater, second chance. And he's the leading point getter for this Blue Jay unit at 21 per contest. Dawson with Alexander defending. Tough banker, can't get it to go down.
The only way you could stop them from shooting as many threes is if you slow the game down. If they get out in transition, they're going to get 1,000,000 threes. If they get 1,000,000 threes, you're dead.
Creighton shoots 37% for 3. Carter, top of the arc.
Ball. Oh, goodness, almost a 4-point up.
On offense. Floyd to the hole. Kalkbrenner again. Shireman. Outlet.
Great awareness, though, that he's got Mason Miller to spray it across the floor.
Splitting the defenders, Jones. Oh, circus shot up and in.
Man, it looked like he had.
Jones will let it fly. Yes! He's got 21.
Sets that Creighton did not get anything on. St. John's very good defensively in the half so far.
Danis Jenkins, he's dangerous from that spot.
416 dunks in his career, so they've got to figure out what to do with him.
Jenkins on the drive, right-hand scoop shot, gets the roll.
In terms of publicly, never. Rick made a mistake. He apologized to everyone for it. Time to move on.
And he did tell us before the game, as Jenkins hits again, that, look, we were a
three-point shooter there, but he can get in that lane.
Blue Jays had gone scoreless the previous 3 minutes and 40 seconds before that one. As Simeon Wiltshire, the freshman, the bench here in the first half. There's Ejiofor again. This is what he just heard from Pitino, and he sent it out.
He learned quickly.
As Naheem Aline with the... A quick 8-0 run for the Blue Jays.
Really quick.
Aline, step back. Won't go, and the rebound to Ashworth.
Yeah, I didn't like just what you want. Look how far back Kalkbrenner is with Soriano. And what he does is he patrols the paint, and now he can help out on Jenkins. But Jenkins is really good at
puts it up ahead. Wiltshire, another jumper is good. And boy, does that shot look. looking for win number 600. What a way to get it tonight.
Amazing. The master of the offensive game and the master of the floater right there with his own follow. You just rely on your talent.
There's no way you can scout for everything he runs.
No.
Newton.
Not that kind of play there either.
Broken hand, but has worked his way into the lineup more.
Played a little bit with Providence, couple offensive rebounds. Look at this hold off.
Balance, can't get it. Rebound loose, Diarra. Floor. Alexander over Alexander. You knew Alexander was winning that.
Onishnia sets that pick. McKnight. That was affected by Kalkbrenner.
That's totally the
fourth and fifth are the hardest to guard because you want to help on the three studs for Creighton, but you just can't.
Runner partially blocked by Kalkbrenner. Nicely done. He's with Carter. Floyd hesitated. 32 seconds. Shot clock differential about 14 seconds. 3-point lead.
Talking about Creighton down in this and fighting through screens. They're the best team in the country at not fouling. Butler's up there too. And to the rim again for Telford. Here's Alexander chasing Pierre Brooks off the screen, and that's short.
Or Bizjack. Again, Shireman, a lot stronger than you think he is, and he has done a good job playing through contact.
Pierre Brooks finally getting
going.
Trying to. Yep. And Moore hooks it back to him. Didn't get a look up though. And methodical to the rim for Brooks. No finish. The 13th team in the country. Here's Brooks, the Bulldogs' top scorer, and there's Kalkbrenner with some rim protection.
Opportunities and still no fast break points for Creighton. That rarely happens. Where's Fisher? He's got to take advantage of his toughness and get to the rim. There he goes.
You asked for it, you got it.
Here's McKnight, the Western Kentucky transfer. Olivari. Runner is good. We watched him do that
game against Providence, 23 points. Dalen Swain had a big lift off the bench, but both teams, I think, are trying to find some consistency from that area.
McKnight challenged by excellent defense by Xavier.
Swain's length has really made an impact defensively.
Look at him wriggle to the rim. He left it short.
Get the ball into Kalkbrenner as much as you can if you're Creighton.
He's almost unstoppable down there. Olivari. Teardrop. McKnight. They could use his touch, and he finds his touch from the free. Distributing the basketball, and he's got great size at 6'7".
There's that drop coverage. You're going to get open shots. Nice challenge by Kalkbrenner.
Out of bounds.
When you're too open, you don't focus as much on making those shots. Some guys need a hand in their face.
Justin Moore had a hand in that face. He just could not finish it.
He said Oso Ighodaro sick today, back at the hotel. Made the trip, but started not feeling well. Stevie Mitchell can't get it. And retire, and it really has been a perfect fit.
Well, with all those injuries, 22-6 and 13-4 in the Big East, and that's a heck of a job. And there's Cam Jones right
on Wednesday. That figures to be another great Big East battle. Here goes Cam Jones right to work, and we are tied. It's now an 8-0 run dating back to
in a number of ways. That was trying to be a high-low look there for Kalkbrenner, and Marquette just snuffed it all out.
And Jones another one, that one off the mark. Yeah, he's against UConn. He's at 6-0-1 right now. Only 17 active coaches have hit that mark. Well, there's a foul on Alexander, so that'll stop the clock and put Mitchell at the line.
Tonight.
Yeah,
particularly offensively.
Out in that open court. No coaches are going to be upset with the unselfishness. It was a wide open three, but I want my big to be aggressive in there. There you go.
+1, a chance.
The shooting, you try to make it as uncomfortable, but they are always looking towards the hoop for Kalkbrenner.
Kadari Richmond now in double figure.
Day 8-7 Central on CBS. Now Kalkbrenner came up a little bit more, as you can see, because Jenkins. Yeah, there you go. Rejected. And that's who Greg McDean, but just a little bit late rotating. Jenkins splits the D to the hoop. Oh, what a play by Jenkins. You don't see that kid, man. He's had a lot of good looks, I think. He's 1 of 7 from deep. Dingle runner comes strong. Dingle trying to get it back. They're 2 and 3 in the previous 5 games. Dingle from the free throw line, and that one rattles in. Block. Shot clock at 5. Lewis on the drive, floater, short, tipped around to Kalkbrenner.
This is where he is good. Screen, rescreen, and then beg.
Step back, Newton.
Nice check out.
Bella with a good
Dimer.
Here's Newton chased by Alexander.
This is the guy that likes to take over.
And Newton bumped. Count that as a foul.
Darman's got to keep busy.
Newton was looking over his shoulder for Alexander. He's got 21.
He is
here by percentage. Can't hit from deep. And Posh Alexander will start it up. Working against Trey Alexander, and Posh fixed just a moment ago.
And Kevin, notice what they're coming off of, transition baskets. They've got to continue to push the pace in this game.
Alexander against Alexander, and Posh has had the... Posh Alexander against Trey Alexander. Spinning on Alexander, and Kalkbrenner with the rebound. Ashworth 3 for 5 from 3. He's got 17 today.
Now all of a sudden, Creighton's starting to get some pretty wide open looks and not able to knock him down.
Posh Alexander got a good look and couldn't knock that down.
Yeah, Kapke trying to front that action. If that's going to happen, you got to have a weak side guy that's able to come over and take away that lob.
Posh Alexander, no at the rim. Trey Alexander.
Transition. Epps around the Cook screen, driving right at Kalkbrenner. A lot of contact, no call. And the rebound is still Coach Cooley. No doubt. Here's Jay Heath looking for the 3. Way off the mark. Rebound.
McKnight.
He's giving Trey Alexander is at its best.
Well, as important as this game is to Creighton because they want to avoid a 3-game losing streak, ranked 19th, Xavier needs a home win big time today. They may need it more.
It allows for runouts. Creighton doing a terrific job of looking up the floor for Trey Alexander.
Claude. Boy, the crowd wanted to
right at him. And had 32 points in that game at Providence, and this has got to be the response that Greg McDermott was looking for.
McKnight. I know you enjoyed it.
No, I had a great time. What a game.
McKnight launches a Trey.
Physicality of Oduro, just giving him a little nudge, letting him know he's there. It's a different shot than.
high off the glass is Carter. Carter, though. He's got 7. Carter. We're talking degree of difficulty shot. They check the shot clock. We're under 15 game clock. Carter had room. And
Brenner that far out, he's not going to make a move from there. That's why he attracts so much attention.
look at Carter using glass. No, Shireman rebound. Blue Jay. Oh, wow, it's that one, yeah.
I mean, Alexander created all the contact going to his right.
Carter fade away from way. The team is going to have an impact.
Yeah, they are just so potent.
Oduro taking right home, scores. Pierre, it's a pick from Oduro, a little hip check. Just reverse it. Oh my goodness, it goes.
Name me a team that's got 3 better players than Alexander, Shireman, and Kalkbrenner. You might find one that's equal, maybe Dickinson and McCullough and Harris at Kansas, but hard to find a better big.
The best 3-point shooters in the nation a season ago at Utah State.
5 for his last 20, and you're right. If they want to take the next step, if they want to make another deep run,
Looking against Alexander here. A little floater in the lane, left it short. Steal a couple minutes from him right there, and Creighton went on a run while he was in. Terry fouled by Alexander. Would you believe me if I told you this was a 3-point game at the half? The way Creighton has played here in this second half.
5, the rest of the team 5 combined. Here's Claude working free inside. 2 more. He's got 6 against Shireman. Davion McKnight, quiet first half, just 3 points. A little strong on that.
Sasachani or Djokovic, they're going to have their hands full defending Kalkbrenner.
Yeah, 2 young guys out there trying to figure out how to defend one of the best bigs in the game. That one will drop for Davion is down. 6 minutes gone, second half. McKnight's runner using the glass. With Chris
Shireman gets just enough space. Maybe that'll get Shireman going, who's been a little cold tonight.
There's Green probing, got free from Alexander and can't get the jumper to go. A 9-1 burst to get the lead. Short on the shot, Usman. Under 8 seconds to go. McKnight fades away, rattles that one around. No more time.
A big challenge for Alexander to guard Richmond. Kadari, every coach we talked to, a nice job by Alexander. Boy, not paying attention makes you pay for it. You're coming up on the 10-minute mark here in the first half. Creighton by 4 on the road. Boy, challenges Kalkbrenner right in his face. You know, the way Richmond tie or take the lead in this possession for Seton Hall. They're playing drop coverage with Richmond. Richmond with the left hand didn't get it to the rim. Kalkbrenner had something to do with that. So Kadari, Richmond can change pace. And again, right in the face of Kalkbrenner for 2. Does now. Richmond. Wow! New clock. Under 10. Good handle by Richmond. Foul line jump. No good. Rebound, Alexander. Plays second half. Dave Sims to return with him. The game on the line. This is when Richmond starts to take over. Oh, you're a step. Missed it. That's about the 3rd time he's got that deep. Seton Hall looking for another lead change. Here's Richmond. Pull up. Back rim. Chases. Gets it. Ran up. Got hit. No. Kadari. Layup. Too strong. Bediako kept it alive. They battled. Go back to that horns action with Richmond making the play. Kadari, layup, block! Wow. Block! What a block.
Brenner caught peeking a little bit. Another one of those guys who gets in the lane and got a great floater game. Runs the show beautiful.
It's just an ultra presence for this team.
Solid. Does so much at this end of the floor, too.
Newton breaks the 3-point drought.
Watch how busy this kid is, Spencer. He's just eating that opportunity up.
Tom Moore, Kamani Young joining Murray. It's down to 10 here for Newton. Tristan Newton can't reverse it.
3-2 zone, kept that ball totally on the perimeter. A change up there from Shaka Smart.
Stevie Mitchell, right hand on the left side.
A really nice drop.
And he now has 1,000 points in a Creighton uniform.
Man, a little bit now. There's the duck in.
He's going to work against Alexander, who backed off with those 4 fouls, and the rebound.
Kalkbrenner, keep an eye on him, because when Kalkbrenner has that opportunity to get the high pick, look out. There's another answer as
This is the end where they really have to be on a string, Creighton, and they've done a nice job all season. He doesn't sit a lot.
Boy, deep jack there by Carter. Nice.
Look for them to throw him the ball inside on some pick and roll action, and he's got to dominate these next 4 or 5 possessions.
Fisher goes strong. Takes on the contact and scores with 14. Fisher going right at Alexander. He's had success getting in the
fouls to give. Here's Richmond, guarded by Alexander. 15 shot clock. Elbow, Euro step. Put a block by Alexander. Alexander got it back. Kadari goes up, blocked it.
Need some stops if you're Creighton. Not a good one.
Six is on its feet.
And Klingon with only 5 minutes in that first half.
Diarra again. Kalkbrenner now has 4 seconds.
Two, but I like mixing that in there to his offensive bag.
Carter goes right past Alexander. What a matchup to watch.
Creighton is also underrated defensively, and a lot of that is because of Kalkbrenner. You see where he's standing in the middle of the lane, makes it very hard to score. One in the nation. We said it before, least fouls per game.
Bristol over the top of the defender. That shot is good. He's tried that a couple times.
He had a dozen in the infancy of the game. Kolek reverse denied. The purposeful pause. Blind toss.
Armstrong, numbers if Villanova can hurry. Creighton gets reorganized. Armstrong against Alexander. Spinning baseline. The jumper rattles off. How about that?
Henderson chose to stay home and play for the hometown UNLV running Rebels when the Pac-12s wanted him. And now Thomas attacking in tight.
There's no doubt about it. They have the look again that they're going to be a team that goes deep into the tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're sitting there.
Stevens.
What a move.
In a flash, he's gone for 2.
Man.
The game. Watson. Alexander tried to poach it away. Watson over top of him. Can't get it. Farrell.
That matchup. Or again. This time against Alexander. Poking the shoulder. Driving into Alexander. The shot won't go. Shireman fouled. As picked up again by Kalkbrenner. Here's Dixon. Alexander with a challenge. Dixon, a contested three. He's fouled. Alexander with a cut.
Guard against that is you have to have ball pressure. You can't let the smallest guy on the floor in Ashworth look over the top of you and make those clean passes.
That's a good sign. Kadari Richmond, 3 assists and 2 turnovers. Jenkins, 2 more. Pouring it on.
He's had a super year. His activity, nice little pin and curl.
Here's Newton. Can't get that one to fall. Nice. You notice 8 to shoot for Epps against Trout. And he stepped out of bounds, did Jay Heath. Kind of surprised score in the Big East. Baylor Shireman held to just 4 in the first half. 2 for 8 overall. Banging inside, Styles. The defense collapsing on him, and a foul left on the shot clock. Epps going to work. The skip out to Styles. 3 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Styles going to have to hoist. Just got it off in time.
Only be enough time for a catch and a give and go like play.
No, it's going to be McKnight off the bounce.
And we're at one of their last 15 from the field.
Nice penetration. Olivari from downtown gets it to go.
Boy, but it's all made.
Force almost got it. Rebound taken up by Kalkbrenner. Loose ball. Castro. Carter, good pump fake. Sets his feet. 3 ball. Yes, sir. Here's Carter getting deep. Shot clock winding down. He got in. Put it up in the left hand, and it went.
Season best is 29. Seeking contact as usual. Adewusu draws the on a big 3. Here's Dawes. He had Ashworth trailing. Adewusu shot an air ball. He was trying to draw contact. Farbella and I.
St. John's team on a 4-game win streak. Right now they sit tied atop the Big East standings. Taken away a turnover. Alexander up
for the Hoyas. Sue to Heath, and Heath right to the rim, lays it in. Almost the same shot that we just saw.
Kolek on the end line.
Got to stay at home with Kolek. He finds the nice penetration and kick.
Jones corner, Mitchell back to the fray, a misfire. Kolek double comes. Jones 6 to shoot. Kolek cuts rim. Tapped home.
That's what you got to do.
You got to live with. If you're Greg McDermott,
If you're wondering where the offense is going to come from, that's Estrada, and that's the first Alabama Creighton player. Cosby misses right on the doorstep. Another chance for Alabama and Cosby. He scoops it up and in and ties the Cardinals pitcher. Estrada bumping, couldn't get it. Rebound Shireman, and we get a foul.
They make it tough on you. Rodriguez in the paint. Kick to the side. There's foul number 2 as Justin Weber is fouled on the jump shot, and he'll head to
pushing it up ahead. This is Pritchard. The trailing Basco driving in the paint, kicks it out to Butler. Butler trying to go over King, disrupts the shot, gets his own rebound.
The juice he can squeeze out of this lineup.
Butler puts it on the floor. Alex, such a staple of this offense and what they like to do for the Blue Jays. This is Butler again. Stays with it, but can't finish.
Open look. Wide open look. Williams kept his footing. Tominaga lays it in. Led all scores.
Basketball. Small. Thought about the 3, takes the floater instead.
Again, yes, maybe against some lesser foes, but they put up 92 at home against Iowa. Alexander deflection. Shireman heave. He's North Carolina 2008-2009 won 23 in a row non-conference double digits. Watson pulls up, knocks it down.
Tough.
Texas Southern just 1 for their last 12. They needed that bucket from Farouk. But without preseason player of the year, P.J. Henry, their starting point guard, out with an ankle injury suffered against Virginia last week. So this is a shorthanded